All right, we're going live. Welcome to Theo Michael Talks. Today we're doing a Sunday fun day and looking forward to just putting some information out there and go through. Sunday is just kind of a day to catch up and talk about different things and wait till some people sign up on here. Got a lot of good news coming and a lot of good things in the way. So let's see. Check to make sure. A lot of different things going on. Good. So if somebody's in on there, welcome. Uh, Please feel free. There's comment lines on the bottom. You can reach me on all of these little areas down here. Again, comment, share, and like as you go through. I'm going to try and see if we can get the chat going so we can see what's going on. So on a Sunday Fun Day, we just kind of review, and a lot of things are in the works as far as comics and movies and toys and everything's going on. One of the things that most recently has gone unabated without any contest has been the Batman. And right now, the Batman has been working pretty well. Um, I've seen a lot of different reviews, and I've seen a lot of people talking about it like it's the best thing since sliced bread. And then I see some people say, it's all right. And then I see people that just don't like it. But for the most part, it's making a lot of money. I believe the number has gone a little bit over 500,000 worldwide. So that means it is a financial success. Uh, where they go from here, I don't know. But there was enough buzz from this movie to make DC change their order of what they had planned for the rest of the year. So will that be good or bad? I don't know. DC has a lot at stake. If they go the route of the world needs heroes like they did with that promo that was running before the Batman show, then I think they've got a possibility of making a turnaround and showcasing some of these more positive and upbeat heroes. Even in the Batman, and not a spoiler, but even in the Batman, there was a point where Batman recognizes his influence on the people of Gotham and the people around him in the world. So this little editorial or this change of direction for the DC comic universe could be a good harbinger. And I think the time that they're using might be enough to move forward. So let's hope for the best on them. Marvel news again, March 30th, Moon Knight. A lot of buzz on this. And I tell you what, I'm very excited. I love Oscar Isaacs as an actor. I haven't got a chance to see him really flex his muscles in a comic book or sci-fi movie, and I think Moon Knight is going to do that. It is a very uh, deep character, a rich character with different personalities. It's an opportunity, I think, for him to really showcase what he does, and the fact that they're doing it on Disney Plus, it's going to give it a time, a space to breathe. In episodic viewing, you got a couple more episodes, and you don't have to do it all in one sitting. In the case of the Batman, which the length of time for the Batman was okay, it wasn't too bad, but they kind of dragged along at the end, and um, I think they just try to fit too much in. Right after March 30th, then April 1st, we have Morbius is supposed to come out from Sony, but it's also in the Marvel Universe. We are yet to determine which Marvel Universe that is. As you've seen from the new release that just came out on DVD and streaming and video from this last year, the year end of Spider-Man No Way Home, they've decided that all Spider-Mans matter. So they have every single Spider-Man that's been played is now actually canon in the Marvel universe, in the Marvel cinematic universe. In that aspect, they showcase a lot of different things, but we still don't know which world is Morbius on. and that's going to probably play into a lot of the stuff that goes into what's going to happen with the Marvel and Sony relationship going forward. It's a little confusing because apparently Michael Keaton is in this movie. At least they keep showing him in a lot of the previews. Marvel has been known to lie about some previews. Hey, thank you, K Dragon 2298. I appreciate you being on there. Make sure you like, subscribe, and thank. I'd like to see comments. Definitely go through. Uh, is Michael Keaton a variant, or is this the same Michael Keaton that played the Vulture in the first installation of the Spider-Man show? So it's hard to tell. We're going to figure out where he's at when that drops on April 1st, unless that's a really big April Fool's joke. But after they moved it so many times, I think this is it. Uh, After April and May, we've got Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which is insane. The coming attractions, everything that they've shown so far, really excited about this movie and the potential to tell us what's going to be the groundwork. Who's the big bad in the Marvel universe coming up? And to me, the signs point to Cosmic. It's going to be a very cosmic bad guy, and for me, Cosmic is Galactus. I know we've seen a lot of the Eternals and all that. Maybe Galactus might end up being a Celestial. I don't know, but there's got to be something that for the anniversary of the Fantastic Four, we got to bring in the Fantastic Four into this fourth version or fourth episodes, or what is it? The fourth. Uh, Sorry for loss of words, but this is uh, the fourth installment of the different things that they're putting into the Marvel universe, and in this season, or season 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we got to introduce the Fantastic Four. Already, already confirmed is that Professor X is going to be in this movie for the Multiverse of Madness. So the X-Men are in. What are you waiting for? Got to bring in the Fantastic Four. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm excited. I don't know how you might feel, but this whole thing with Tom Cruise showing up as an Iron Man, if this happens, I'm thrilled with it. I'm like, this is a variant, and depending how they do it, it could be really good. Um, I wonder if it's just going to be a throwaway thing or if it's something that's in the long term. And I think with the money that they'd have to pay to get Tom Cruise, I think they got to invest a little more time than just a cameo. So we'll see what happens with that. He can be like Samuel L. Jackson that shows up little bits at a time and pops into all the movies, and I would be just fine and dandy with it. Um, Another thing that just came out and they released a trailer for June 8th, the other Disney uh, program that's coming up onto the Disney streaming, Disney Plus, is Miss Marvel. I love it. I love that they're showcasing this young hero coming into her own, and it's going to be a really different approach. Gave me a lot of feels for like uh, anime type style, or not really anime, but what was that one with? Uh, I forgot the name of it, where he takes on the world and he goes into the different stages to prove his love for his girlfriend. I can't remember the kid that was in there, but a lot of the same cinematic stylings that they did showcase that in the coming attractions that they showed. A lot of discontent about her powers changing up. You got to be cinematic with it, and I think they do showcase that she does stretch and do some of her cinema powers, but she also does some kind of airwalking, which really that was very interesting too. Not just outright flying, but doing some airwalking. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. I'm really interested in what she's doing, and I love the whole idea that you're going to have um, a young female take the lead and showcase. And it's It's just like a young female Peter Parker. If she's going to give us that point of view, that may not be something that a lot of us have had in the past. Uh, with the movies and the tie-ins and everything like that, comic books are going to be uh, trying to tie into these movies. I think there's been a better outreach within the comic book community and the companies themselves, tying in situations and storylines so that they get some kind of push with the movies. And I think there's been better cross marketing between the two, which you didn't really see so much in the early cinematic universes. But I really like what they're doing with it and giving us some background and then showcasing. And now, even with Hasbro releasing some of the lines, in fact, Hasbro has on a Hasbro Pulse, they've announced certain toy lines, and they've only announced certain figures because many of them are tied into some of these movies and TV shows that have not been released yet. So again, the marketing is there. I think they're just getting the timing set up right after everything that's happened with COVID, and there's a lot of potential for the cross marketing to really elevate all of the businesses as they go. Uh, so I'm really excited, and I'm really hopeful for DC to get their stuff together and get moving. I'm really looking forward for Shazam. It's been too long for us to have that Shazam. I really like the first one, and I like to see what's going on. I'm interested in The Rock and his version of Black Adam and see where it goes. But the most interesting thing for me for Black Adam is the fact that they're going to be showcasing a lot of the Justice Society members and those from Infinity Incorporated. Two books that I loved growing up that I really want to see onto the movies. I love what they're doing with Stargirl. Hopefully, there is some kind of tie-in or something that they can tie in because Stargirl has done such a wonderful job. I don't think they can really use the same format for them, but I think we can touch into it. A lot of things coming up. I've got a couple of books that I'm going to be reviewing on the channel, and I'll be taping those and then putting those up as some content up there, focusing on some books that friends and family that I've known for years that have been putting in there, and I want to support them and want to make sure that people hear about it. One of the things that we'll be putting up some links on tomorrow for is I Am Omega, a friend of mine, Dan Gottlieb, who is a comic book professional as well. Him and I both went to high school in the not yesterday. We went to high school in the past together, and uh, been unbeknownst to me until later, he had gotten into comic work while he was in high school still, doing some backgrounds and stuff, and then he started getting into the thing. So, uh, very creative person, acting, art, and we're going to be doing an interview with him probably on Tuesday, and we're going to be talking about this book, and this is something that we're going to be pushing and showcasing to see that people really get an idea of this book. We're going to talk about a book that I read, Suburban Dicks by Fabian Nicieza, uh, and just a wonderful um, mystery thriller that is a comedy mystery thriller that really just ties you in, and it's wonderful. And this is the same guy that did New Warriors, X Force, X Men, and also ran Valiant. So this is a comic person that has paid his dues and done stuff with comic books, and movies, and video games, and now he's a best-selling author. I love his book, and he's got the sequel coming out soon, so we'll be talking about that and showcasing it. A lot of things that I'll be posting about art and different people do using the art field, and hopefully we'll go up there and see what's going on. So again, those of you that are watching, like, subscribe, and again, the content will get better and continue to grow as we grow on the station. And I love to hear from you, and as we go through, and maybe we'll go through. Now I'm going to end with just a couple of things. I'm a big collector. Sorry for my mess in the back. You'll see all of my doodads hanging around, my X-Men up there on the wall in the danger room. But I got a bunch of pre-orders that came in. I'd love to share them with you. We, well, some of these are pre-orders. Some of these I find when I go to the comic shops. I love looking for loose figures. I'm not one of these collectors I am one of these collectors that keeps them boxed and hangs them on the wall. But I like to take them out. I like to play. I like to display them. and I look for singles. And it's one of the things that I like about the singles is I can customize, and sometimes it's just as simple as a swap. I'll give you an example. I literally went and picked up. I had pre-ordered it, but I found it before I got the shipment on pre-ordered. So I ordered through Big Bad Toy Store, and I love it because I don't have to put money down, but I can pre-order it and hold it. And if I find it outside before then, I can cancel it. So it's just the way it goes. But don't be worried about Big Bad Toy Store because they get a lot of my money already. But I literally bought this Lex Luthor, coming with a head that looks like a Darkseid head, and I bought it only so I can get this suit. And I want to set it up so that I can sit my characters in a seat. But I fell in love with the figure, and this is from Todd McFarlane's Toys, because I didn't like the head of Lex Luthor, and he was wearing the Superman shield, which is comic accurate, because he was it was kind of like an in your face thing to Superman at the time. This figure is awesome, but I hated that dark side looking Luthor head, so I switched out a Superman head instead, and I love it. And now he could look like some dystopian Superman. He could be wearing a suit because he's flying around visiting Krypton in the red sun and he loses his powers. I don't care what you do. I'm going to make the stories up with this, and it just looks so cool. And I did try the Superboy Prime. That one I wanted because I collect anything that has to do with George Perez and John Byrne. Those are my two number one guys that I go to. And the Crisis series and the Infinite Crisis that was done by um, Jeff Johns, showcasing this guy, Superboy Prime. So I bought this, and that was one of the things I liked was look at this head. You look at this head sculpt. I'm not sure who did that head sculpt as far as the artwork, but I'm in love with it. I love that figure, and it really showcased. I'm in the big cosmic sense, and on the cosmic thing, I picked up uh, a loose figure of the Grandmaster, and this is the loopy Grandmaster from the cinematic universe, played by Jeff Goldblum. He did a wonderful job. I love that. But two more things, and then I'm going to cut out for you guys because I'm going to go eat dinner. Night Thrasher. Pre-ordered already my Speedball. Now that I have Speedball Firestar, I've got already Advanced Astro, but I have him from the future. Now I have Night Thrasher. We got to finish the rest of the New Warriors. Hasbro, if you're listening in, we need Namorita, okay? We need some more female figures. Namorita can be easily done with some of your figures that you have on there. I'm looking at doing a custom to go through. Oh, speaking of custom, I got to show you one. So, I ordered this online. Ordered this online as a kit. I love the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants as led by Mystique. They were real big in the Days of Future Past storyline. And one of the things that we have a Mystique figure. We have the Blob. I have the Blob from the old one, and they're probably going to reissue a new one. I have Pyro, the new reissue, and the original, but we need Avalanche. And where is that set? I've got Avalanche and Mystique pieces that I've had. I ordered them back when the beginning of the pandemic. I'm gonna have to show you that on another show. Um, I'll have to show you that on another show. But what I'm gonna use is this body. And what I did was I took the Rock Python or Rocks, I think it's Rock Python is the name of the character. And then I put on the Ultimate Iron Man hands, so it looks like he's shooting out and commanding the rocks and everything. But I won't have to do as much painting. I'll do some painting, but not a lot. And then I put that kit on, and I'll have an Avalanche, and I can make a Freedom Force. I also love the Puma. And I'm not sure if Ron Friends was one of the artists that created the Puma. I have to look that up. But oh, I loved him when he showed up in Spider-Man, and he's a great character. So I found a loose figure from him and opened him up. Um, I'm putting together slowly but surely my Rintra from this Multiverse of Madness. So I've got one leg and the head, and I'm just waiting to find those two figures. And last one I'll show you today. Hold on one second. A scroll. I love these things. I missed out when they had them on Hasbro Pulse for like $14, $15 to order, but it's hard to get on there sometimes and order these. I found this one through somebody on eBay that I was able to get it for lesser price. It wasn't 15, but it was less than what some of these people are charging. So it was a good deal. Not enough that I can go and buy more than one, but there's hope that they're going to release it. So love everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. Pass the word. We'll be adding content and going through. Sunday Fun Days will be a wrap up and look at what's going on and just kind of talk. Oh, one last thing. On my Facebook page, I put up some customs. I do art as well. And I just wanted to show people so that they can see the difference. So when I post the items, I will be posting sale prices on them. And if you're interested in it, please instant message me, contact me through one of these links on the bottom. And I will have the 2x5, 2.5 by 3x5, 3.5 cards, collector cards. And then I'll have the 5x7s, and if you contact me, then I can do an 8.5, 11 by bigger, but we'll set up those individually. The things I'll have for pre-made and ready for sale will be on there. And this is all original art. I'm not doing prints or anything as of yet. As I build up on the system, I will get more things out there. But let me know if you want a commission. Instant messaging will go through. Thank you all. Have a good one and good night.